historic home from the early 1850s has been involved for generations. We're crossing Jackson Avenue, going from the
Tribe, what's up? So peace, I am at the Jazz Festival in New Orleans, and I didn't even really enter here. I had to get something to eat. I had to get something to eat. I literally did not even touch the surface of this massive. I'm about to eat though. I'm down here at Idle Garden. I be blending in. Look at the area I'm in. I just came from that store back there. I just blended. I'm like, I'm here. Mind my business. Keep it moving, you dig? I got all this vegan food. I can't wait to show y'all how it looks. I gotta take it back to the room though, because I ordered a lot, and I'll explain when I get to the room why. But traffic is a mess. Yes. Happy I look. So, currently in my hotel room, and today events was actually good up until my Lyft driver, the only black male Lyft driver that I've had thus far being here in Louisiana, New Orleans, did some nut ass stuff to me. This brother, I'm gonna say that I damaged his car to get $150 out of me. He showed them pictures of somebody throw up, because it definitely wasn't mine. And they literally not even trying to hear me out. And they literally saying, oh, well, our drivers are always correct. And you're going to have to, it's final. You're going to have to pay. Excuse me? I will be disputing this. So he messed up my night. So now I kind of got to stick around this casino, because I got to re-download Uber tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, that's for sale for all the spirit. Just like that. Thank y'all. This be the Farmers. This video was taken in Easter and Gorsey Gospel.
We never gave friends the money. One day they said, keep it. Like your money.
Two. They had. You're supposed to put it on top.
Ustedes dicen les a mí, combi, les a mí, combi, les a mí. Cuando yo diga combi, ustedes dicen les a mí, combi, les a mí. Rucho, yo me lo haría. Y fue Rucho. Su gastronomía llena de proteína. En esta está la madre mía, para el sustento a diario de su familia. La alegría, hecha con mucha alegría, la de combo, para el pelao jarocho. Y eso que no te he hablado de la de maní, esa que me gusta.
Ladies and gentlemen, I say this again. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you a young fella who goes by the name of Julie. Are y'all ready for my brother? Julie. And he comes from Magnolia. All right, so When you get protection, when you find the protection now, where in the wide, wide world again? Can you find another truck with a push elevator? Repeat, everything real. Everybody in it, get your roll on. Everybody 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 get your roll on.
Peace tribe, what's up? So I am driving. I know. I wanted to just get this video out today. So I did do a video prior to this, but it was way too long. So just to make it easier and user friendly for everybody else, as I'm going on my travels, I am going to be videotaping this in the car. Okay, so let me just recap my trip to New Orleans. You know, I told myself this year that I wanted to go on different vacations. I wanted to like try different places that I never visit. So I was led to go to New Orleans. I was going to go to Mardi Gras, but something happened where it didn't align. So instead, I decided to go for Jazz Fest. So I booked my trip around Jazz Fest, right? Jazz Fest is a 2-weekend event. I went for the first weekend, which was the end of April, because the second weekend was sold out, but I didn't mind. So I did really enjoy myself with Jazz Fest. I had I'm going to talk about everything, and I'm going to try to condense this into 15 minutes or less. So I did book my trip to go to Jazz Fest, but I did want to see New Orleans as well. I did not know how massive Jazz Fest was. So if you ever do go to New Orleans for a Jazz Fest, you will be there all day. So if you want to sightsee or take advantage of the tours or touristy things, I say to do that before you go to Jazz Fest. And then after Jazz Fest, if you're not too tired, then you could venture off to like all the popular streets, which is like Frenchman Street, Bourbon Street, Royal Street. So that would be my advice if you was traveling for like Jazz Fest, because that event is massive. So I was in New Orleans from the 25th into the 29th. The 29th I just traveled back home. So I'll say a good 4 days I was in New Orleans, and I took advantage of each and every day in New Orleans. I had a 4-day pass for Jazz Fest. I did not go on Thursday. So on Thursday instead, I decided to I decided to venture off. So I went to the French Market from the airport. That was a $40 ride. So number one is cost. Have money if you're going to go to New Orleans, period. Have a credit card, have extra money. If you think you got enough money, bring an extra $500. And it's just more so you don't limit yourself, right? If you are blessed enough to be able to get a room closer to like the French Quarters, then do that, because that's basically in the middle of everything. But you are going to be paying for your stay in New Orleans. So with the room. I stayed at Boomtown Casino and Hotel. Now that is in the Boomdies. I'm telling y'all now. It's in the Boomdies. It was a pro and a con to me staying there. The pro was that it was peaceful. It was away from everything. It was away from the hustle and bustle of New Orleans, okay? And it was a casino attached to the hotel, so you still had something to do. The casino had things to do. If you was a new player, you was able to get X amount of slot play to be granted to you within a 3-day period, right? So at the end of the day, like, it was a pro because you still had other activities outside of the normal, like, tourist activities if you didn't feel like being in the ebb and flow of everyone, right? But the con was that it was so far away from everything, and it was in its own destination, really. It was no stores or anything around it that was readily available that you could walk to or anything. It was really isolated. And it was at least a $25 trip back and forth to town. So each time, it ranged between $21 and $26. So each time I went back into town, it was about that, I'll say a range of $24 every time I went to town and came back to the casino. So I planned my day around not having to go back to the casino, basically. So I'll wake up, figure out what I'm going to do for the day, or maybe do some tourist events before I go to Jazz Fest, because I knew I was going to be there all day. And then because Jazz Fest is so massive and you're going to be walking, like, you might be beat up after Jazz Fest. You might be tired, okay? And you might not even want to do anything, right? So you're going to have to choose what you want to do. So I kind of like try to plan my day to make it easier so I could have less calls. Like, and what I would do is, like, from Jazz Fest, I would go to, like, the vegan restaurant. So the one day I went to the vegan restaurant right after Jazz Fest. But because Jazz Fest was surging, it basically had Uber going from $25 to $35 to $45 to $60, right? So I paid $40 for that trip to go back to my casino from the Idle Garden to my casino because it was during surge time. So you'll be paying if you're not driving, but it's either way it's going to be a con because it's nowhere to park. They was towing people left and right. People was getting towed left and right. So they always say don't drive to New Orleans. So if you're not driving, then what you doing? Catching a taxi or an Uber or Lyft, right? So either way you're going to be paying. You're going to have to really like be stressed out to get parking because parking is very hard. Or you're going to be paying money to park, or paying money to get a ride, right? So moving on. One thing I would say about the spirit of the people in New Orleans is that for the most part, they was very, very friendly, at least to me, I would say. I had a great experience with a lot of the locals. Like, I went to the French market from the airport, so a lot of locals was still in there, like starting to set up and stuff. So I'd like to talk to people. I think, me becoming like a business owner and doing events and things allowed me to be more vocal and like, approach people and just have conversations, right? So I was just speaking to some people and just talking to them, and they was giving me some tips and tricks about the neighborhoods and, what to do and what not to do and things like that. They were real helpful. You know what I'm saying? Like, even my Lyft drivers, they were helpful too. Like, they was telling me the tips and tricks. They was getting me as close to the festival as possible. Like, everybody was like, oh, you by yourself? Oh, that is so adventurous. I would love to do something like that. Like, a lot of people was like praising me, giving me my credit. Like, like, oh, that's what's up. Like, you travel solo. That's cool. I wish I could do that, So that made me feel good, because I travel more so solo these days until I get a significant other and we could travel together. Like, other than that, like, I travel solo these days because I've had a lot of people in my life that try to, like, stop me from traveling or, that hinder my, like, vacations. I'll say that. Like, I'll plan with people and then last minute they cancel, or it's a reason or 2 or 3 or 4 or something else, Ain't nobody got time for that. So at the end of the day, I just started traveling by myself and I have great times. I only had one incident that was kind of like left a bad taste in my mouth, and it was with a Lyft driver, and he lied on me. He basically said that I vomited in his car, and they charged me $150, and this was on Saturday night. After he dropped me off or whatever, I gave him a tip. I always tip, so I don't understand why he did that. So anyway, I was basically trying to go back and forth with Lyft, like that wasn't me. I don't know why the person lying on me. They try to say that they wasn't going to reimburse me for now it's final decision and all this other stuff. So that kind of like shifted my energy and left a really poor taste in my mouth with Lyft as well as that driver. And I didn't want to blame New Orleans for the driver, of course, right? But that was some shady-ish that happened to me, because New Orleans can be a shady town too. They got cool people, but they could be a real shady town. So you just always gotta be alert and watch yourself, right? Try to be like a great person and try to blend in. And that's another thing, try to blend in New Orleans. New Orleans isn't a town where you will be dressed shitty sharp head to toe. Like, no, that's not this type of town. They real cool and calm. Like, if you see like some of the pictures and the videos that I took, I had my flip-flops on, and them flip-flops was great, because you need walking shoes. I didn't bring no walking sneakers. I had my Nikes, but they not walking shoes, right? So I had my Sperry's, but they were more comfortable than the Nike, so they were my walking shoes basically. So you see, I had my flip-flops on. I wore heels and everything, but I didn't need to wear those for New Orleans. New Orleans is really a chill town. People be walking, drunk, vibing, and that's what it is, and hustling. And that's another thing. You gonna run into some hustlers. That's a hustling a town. I'm trying to tell you, everybody there is hustler. The anthem for New Orleans is every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling. That's the anthem for New Orleans, okay? They are all about a hustle. Handmade, this, that. The drivers, I do side work too. Here go my business card. I'll pick you up. This, that. I'm like, damn. I'm being sold left and right. Like they was some real life hustlers in New Orleans. I would say that is a hustling city. They getting their money by any means necessary, from dusk to dawn. I'm trying to tell you, they some hustlers. So as far as like vegan life, when I went to the festival didn't really have a lot of vegan food there. They only had like about 3, maybe 4 food options, and everything else was like drinks or like a sorbet, icy type of thing. So I was kind of disappointed because I didn't really have options at the festival. And the first day, I didn't know what to expect or what I could bring. So I didn't like bring nothing really. I just brought my blanket. So the second day, I brought a tote and I brought my water. I brought some snacks, and I made sure I ate before I went there, because I could eat some sorbet and have a drink or two. That's fine. I'm already full. I'm satisfied, So if you're a vegan, you might want to have a snack or two before going to the festival, if you do decide to go to the festival. But as far as the vegan options in New Orleans, it was near and few. They did have some vegan options, but like I said, it was near and few. I only was able to check out 2 different vegan restaurants. I wanted to check out at least 3. The one I wanted to check out that I didn't get a chance to check out was Sweet Soul Food. And I'm so upset because I really wanted to check Sweet Soul Food out. But the hours and my hours was not aligning, so it just didn't align. So the 2 places that I did check out was Idle Garden. So they had more plant-based real food. So if you're looking for less processed foods, go to Idle Garden, because their food was bomb. And I did a separate video of their restaurant review. Their gumbo, their okra gumbo was so delicious. It was so freaking good. And then the other place I went to was Meals from the Heart, and that was on, so what's up? The other place I went to was Meals from the Heart, and that was on, I don't know. Oh yeah, that was in the French Market. Meals from the Heart is in the French Market, and they sell vegan and non-vegan food. So they have a vegan menu and a non-vegan menu, and their food was really good. They known for their crab cake, their vegan crab cake. So I got the vegan crab cakes and potatoes there, and they had the vegan beignets. They were the only people that had the vegan beignet. I know they had other places that I Googled, but like I said, the times didn't align for me to check out all the vegan spots there. Now let's talk about the festival. Now the festival is a 4-day festival. Don't be suckered into buying a 3-day or 4-day pass online like like I did. Even though I didn't mind because I never been there, so it was kind of like great for me because I had something to do every day if I didn't want to venture off, right? But you can actually buy tickets at the gate. Now the tickets at the gate will be a little bit more, but you could buy tickets for each day at the gate. So I heard people saying that Thursday and Fridays was like $75 each, and then Saturday and Sunday was like $115 for this show at least. So it kind of is you get more for your money with the 4-day pass, but I can understand if you ain't got it like that, you just want to check out a day too. So you can buy 1-day passes if you're an outer towner. You could just buy it at the gate. You're not going to be able to buy that online. It's a massive event, so make sure you wear comfortable shoes. I wouldn't bring a chair. People brought chairs, but they were all the way in the back, right? So when people had like blankets, that they were able to get closer to the front of the stage, and then by the time like the main headliners start coming up, then they start getting more crowded and they have to stand up. So at least now you're closer to the stage. Now if you did want a chair and you wanted to sit down, you're just going to be in a far back. So if you're okay with that, then that's your discretion. You know what I'm saying? But you are going to be walking a lot. And when you walking a lot, on top of that, you're going to be carrying all this stuff too. So be mindful of that. Like I said, the first day I wasn't prepared. The second day I got me a tote. I was able to put my blanket in the tote, my water, my purse. I was able to put everything in the tote and carry it. You know what I'm saying? It was efficient. So it's up to you if you wanted to upgrade your ticket. I didn't see a reason why to upgrade a ticket. Now, initially, before I went to the event, I was thinking about getting an upgraded ticket. Now, my ticket 4 days was $325. The upgraded ticket would have been able to come in and out as you please. That would have been $500. So I was like, maybe I should get the upgraded ticket so I could just come in and out the festival whenever I wanted to, right? It's not even necessary, because once you're in that festival, it's so easy for you to get lost in the festival and for time to just flow. And let me tell you something, I don't foresee myself or anyone else coming in and out of that festival. Like, I don't foresee you leaving that festival and coming back the same day. I can't foresee that, because it's just too hectic. It's too hectic to get there. It's too hectic to be in there. It's just too much. So I'm happy that I didn't upgrade the ticket. I don't feel like upgraded tickets is necessary. Like, people buy like $1,500 ones for like air conditioned rooms and stuff like that. But in my opinion, like, as long as you get an umbrella and block the sun from you, like, you straight. You're gonna be hot regardless. Okay. It's massive, so you need comfortable shoes. You want to be comfortable as well. Don't get all super sedity and stuff. Like, it's really not that type of event. Or if so, just wear comfortable walking sneakers. You're going to be outside all day. Remember that bugs and all this other stuff, right? It was so many different tents. Like, look at the program for the day and see where you might want to end up. I kept going to the Congo. Congo kept just pulling me over. But I went to all the other stages too. Like, they had like rock. They had so many different gyrons, okay? So many different gyrons. It was a beautiful event. It was a massive event. I'm so grateful that I was able to take advantage of this event and go to New Orleans and basically go down Bourbon Street. I felt that energy. That was such a vibe. Royal Street was cool as well. I love the energy that the people are in, as far as like the ebb and flow of like their truth with the magic, you would say, or like their voodoo, and like you seen altars everywhere, and like I really like that though, to be honest. Like, I like the mystical and magical effect that New Orleans had. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that a lot about them. I like that a lot about going there. Like the culture. I like the culture. And to be honest, even though they had like a lot of all that magical stuff, a lot of people wasn't into that. Like, a lot of the locals and stuff, like I talked to, they was not into that. Like, they wasn't into that at all. Like, so it's weird, because like that's what they known for, you know. But people ain't into it. That's what it was. But all right, I'm gonna cut this short. I'm I hope I didn't miss anything. You can feel free to ask me any questions that you need to ask me below. Y'all take care of yourself. Peace, love, and light. Follow for more.